Hello, and welcome to our session, our secret sauce to stay focused and communicate effortlessly. I'm Electra Heldy. I'm a senior product marketing manager here at Smartsheet, and I'm joined today by the fantastic Diane Condon, our director of marketing automation. Diane and her team are responsible for all outgoing communications to our customers and put the rest of our organization to shame every year with the most amazing group Halloween costumes. Hi, Diane. Thank you so much for joining.
Hi, Electra. Happy to be here.
Before we dive in, I'll pause here for a moment. This session may contain forward-looking statements, and any trademarks we may come across in our presentation are not endorsements. So in terms of learning objectives today, what we want to do is we want to explore the concept of how a dashboard can be used, how a dashboard can be used as a centralized repository for different audiences. We'll review some dashboard best practices, key widget types, and some ideas for sharing team resources. We'll discuss some key collaboration strategies, and we'll show a couple of unique portal use cases. As we're going along, we do have some Smartsheet folks standing by to help answer any questions you have. So as questions arise, don't hesitate to throw them in the chat window. So to start, let's explore this concept of a dashboard versus a portal. Many of us are familiar with the idea of a dashboard. Dashboards typically are a tool that are used to visualize key data. So in Smartsheet, dashboards are created using these 6 widget types that we have that allow you to pull key data that exists elsewhere in your Smartsheet environment, in your sheets, in your reports, etc., into beautiful, centralized, and highly visual tools that can be accessed by your intended audience, whether it's your leadership or your team or yourself on your computer or on your mobile device. A team portal is going to be a way that you can use a dashboard in Smartsheet. It's a use case. Team portals create a central hub of information of things like frequently referenced forms, data, assets, content, destinations. It's a way for teams to stay in sync and save time searching for information so that they know where to go, they have the centralized source of truth, and they don't need to reach out to an individual to get that. This is why I'm so excited that Diane is here, because Diane and her team have created a really interesting, they've really kind of taken this concept of the team portal to the next level. And they've created a journey for individuals like myself who are looking to produce communications to our customers, and have created this journey that makes it really seamless and easy for us to do this. So Diane, I will turn it over to you. Tell us a little bit about some of the problems that you were looking to solve using these team portals.
Sure. So my team manages multiple workflows across Smartsheet, and I really needed an easy way to give our business owners that kind of one-stop shop to request work and just really understand how, my team and our process works. So by creating a team portal, it really allowed us to visually kind of represent our offerings, but also direct our business owners to additional resources so that they could be successful and their campaigns could be successful as well.
So let's pretend I'm a brand new member of the marketing team, and I've been tasked with sending an email to our customers to announce a new product enhancement. Where do I start in our Smartsheet experience?
That is a good question. Let us jump into the demo. So the first place a new employee at Smartsheet would start would be our Employee Resource Center, which you can see right here. It's the best place to start if you are looking for additional resources. It's a central repository for all of our 1,600 plus employees across the globe. And as you can see, a majority of these widgets are the title, the text, and the image widgets. And you can use all of the widgets in our dashboards to kind of have that personalized experience for your specific team portal. But all of these are clickable. And that kind of works almost like a website, as this is the starting point and moving you to additional resources that make sense for you. And so, for instance, we're using, this is linking out to our Center of Excellence for additional training, so an outside resource, versus all of these team dashboards, which are, most of them are team portals in Smartsheet itself. My favorite, of course, being the marketing automation one right here.
So this Employee Resource Center, I mean, this is a centralized source of truth for all of our different employees at Smartsheet. And this is an element, I mean, I remember in our first day kind of hiring walkthrough of, getting your bearings here at Smartsheet. One of the things we had like a little game, like here are the sheets that you need to find the Employee Resource Center. It was this, and I think the contact list. And it's really just like, when in doubt, start here.
Absolutely. Yeah. So as a new employee looking to, create an email, you would come here and click on our little hub and you would get to our team portal, which is right here. So I actually recently redesigned this. It used to be really like text heavy and we had a lot of rules and it wasn't skimmable or digestible for our business owners. And especially like looking at it on the phone was not a good experience. So this facelift made it really more visually impactful. And the number one thing I wanted our business owners to know is our team charter, which I have, up front and center here. This is what motivates our team. This is what the values we bring to all the campaigns we run at Smartsheet. And the number one thing for us is protecting the customer experience. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we have lots of workflows. And so people need to easily request work from my team. And there's multiple forms to do that. So this used to be a long laundry list of links. So we've changed it once again to the title and image widgets, easily clickable to get people to the form so they can, efficiently request work from my team. And then on the left here, this was a game changer with the web content widget, is being able to embed a form on our hub. And this allows our business owners to just quickly come here, fill out this form, request work, and move on with their lives. And that has really helped with an efficiency and streamlining our process. And then the other thing I wanted to highlight when we're talking about web content widgets, I'll skim past this part really quick, is the calendar app. So the calendar app, this is a web content widget as well. The calendar app is quintessential to the work that my team does for Smartsheet. We manage all of the outbound communications across email and in-app notifications. And the app is what allows us to do that at scale. And as you can see, like everyone across the business can come to our portal, see what outbound communications are being planned from a customer perspective. This is a bit of a condensed view, but normally it would include like business owner, audience size, the goal, and that gives us visibility across all the teams so everyone knows what's going on.
And just to play the role of the speaking kind of glossary of terms, what Calendar app is in Smartsheet, it's a premium app that's available that allows you to, as Diane said, really specify what content you want to appear in each section that's representative of these. Each one of these little color-coded sections is representative of a row in a Smartsheet sheet. So you can do the color coding by using conditional formatting or what have you of the actual item. And then you also have this ability to condense content based off of a filter. So if you have, multiple notable events, they'll show up in this pink section up here. And you can see we have multiple emails here, examples here, and they're showing up below.
Yeah, absolutely. So if I skim back up here to the middle section, this is where the new employee would really get the most information about our process. So we wanted to make it easy and skimmable, visual. Important stuff up here in red for our teams to know. We love emojis on the marketing automation team, so we like to put them in as often as we can. But you would start here with, okay, what kind of communication do I want to plan? And in this case, it's an email. We don't want people to reinvent the wheel. Like, we want them to use inspiration from campaigns and content before, which is why we created an email template portal for people to leverage.
And before we go into this, which I love, I just want to highlight a couple of other best practices that I've seen you incorporate here. The first being is, when you're creating your team portal, make sure that you're mindful of your audience, right? So I'm playing the role of a new team member, and Diane put together a solution here for me as the new team member, but it's not front and center because the majority of folks that are coming to this team portal are coming here to submit a form. Absolutely. So the form is front and center. That's what's up to the top. And then I love what you've done visually with replacing some of those clickable links. We have the shortcut widget in Smartsheet, which just makes text links, which is great if somebody's on a computer. But if, for example, somebody like myself needs to submit a request and they're on a mobile device, a clickable image like this is going to be a lot easier. So I love that you were mindful of those of us that are accessing this on our mobile device and creating a slightly larger click area for us. So I'm brand new. I don't know what my email is supposed to look like. Where do I go?
Then you would go here, step 1, email template portal, which is right here. So the purpose of this was to give inspiration to our campaign and business owners and allow them to look at what campaigns we've run in the past and what they look like. So our most popular templates are up here on the top for them to look at. But for our more adventurous or creative business owners, we've created a choose your own adventure. So this allows them to see all the different modules that we have within our email templates and really pick and choose what they think would make sense for their campaign and their content. And then we've also outlined some best practice guidelines regarding copy length and CTAs so that they can use our kind of expertise to make sure that ultimately their campaign and email are successful. So after you kind of get through browsing here and you have an idea of like, okay, I think I know what my email template will look like, we need you to fill in all of the other blanks so we can have a full campaign. And that would require a campaign brief.
And what I love about this is what we're doing here is we're eliminating that back and forth that happens with somebody who's new to the process or new to new to the process or new to the organization, right? Where they're literally calling somebody or pinging somebody on your team, in our case, since we're all kind of chat heavy, and saying, okay, what do I do?
Yeah.
And instead of someone of your team having to be like, okay, well, I need this information and this information, or, well, why don't I just put it in an email? There's actually a place where they can go to find what they need to do.
Right. So you would come here, you would see the portal, you would click there, and then you would jump into our campaign brief portal, which is exactly what you just said, Electra, that there's multiple types of campaigns that we do, and all of them have very specific information that we need to gather. And so we've created a library of campaign briefs. Once again, these are clickable. So once you click it, you have the brief and you can run and start filling it out. And they're all very specific, like user groups versus emails. So we get the information that we need. And sometimes it's hard to find documents. And so this is just an easy way for people to bookmark this and come and get the brief when they're ready for it. And then we've also, used the widget you were talking about that allows us to link out to the forms here, so they don't have to go back and forth to our portal if they don't want to. They can easily just submit, once again, using these links.
When you're thinking about this journey, what I really like about this example is that it highlights the importance of thinking about your audience, and that the dashboard functionality is really flexible and able to flex with to create whatever you need. So in the beginning, we were on the employee portal.
Yep.
Super widely accessible, high-level information, getting folks to the right spot. It was really just kind of almost like a switchboard, get you functioning as a website. Let's get you where you need to be.
Yep.
The individual team portals were getting a little bit more specific. It's still an interactive experience. You have your forms to fill out. You have your, you have your adventure to walk you through what you need to do when you're new. And then from here, you actually go into a true content repository where you're not necessarily interacting with the content and it's not taking you necessarily somewhere else. It's a place where you can find the resources you need.
Mm-hmm.
As our resident expert on this team experience and having just gone through this redesign process, what are some other things that our folks could include when they're thinking about putting together their team portal?
Yeah, absolutely. I think another helpful part of this team portal would be an org chart. My team's quite large, and so letting other people across Smartsheet, do the who's who in the zoo situation. What do we work on? If you have a question about a certain type of campaign or area, who's the expert that you can reach out to? I think that would be really helpful. And then the other thing which we haven't really touched on is the metric widgets. Mm-hmm. That can be really impactful to kind of level up some of those key metrics and data that you want other teams across the organization to know about you. So some things that come to mind for my team would be, how many requests do we have right now? What is their current status? What departments are requesting work? How long does it take for requests to go from, intake into completion? So some of those data points would be really, I think, helpful to actually have on a team portal as well.
Awesome. Well, Diane, thank you so much for taking the time today to share your solution and for making all of our lives easier here with this resource every day. We do have a couple of additional resources I just want to call out if we can pop back over into our slide here. Thank you all for joining us today. If you would like to explore more, we do have Engage Brain Boosts for additional activity-based learning that are available for both dashboards and portals, so you can kind of practice what we've and play around with what we talked about today. We also have a template set for you. This is a great jumping off point for you to create your own team operations dashboard. So do check that out in our Solutions Center. And thank you guys so much.